It is finally 2023, guys, and I think we got to talk about some of the pros and cons, the differences of what makes Los Angeles good, what makes it bad in this specific year of 2023. If you're new to the channel, my name is Darren Kriz. I'm a native Angelino and a local real estate agent where my team and I help people every single day buy, sell, and invest in property out here in the greatest city in the world, and I'm not being biased about that. Okay, maybe a little, but I know the city like the back of my hand, so if you guys have any questions at all, if you're looking to buy or invest in real estate out here, reach out to me. All information is down in the description below, but we're just going to get right into it, the pros and cons of moving to Los Angeles, the greater Los Angeles area. I know this is a big city. It's very vast, and today I'm just going to be sitting down at the desk talking to you guys about some of the pros. First off, we're going to be talking about the warm climate. Obviously, it is currently the winter time, the beginning of 2023, and a lot of people flock to LA because the temperatures are in the 70s pretty much in January, February, March, whereas on the East Coast, it's going to be hurricanes, blizzards, snowing, feet of snow you're going to be getting on a lot of the East Coast states, in the cities over in the East, whereas here on the West Coast, the beautiful West Coast, we have some of the best weather ever. January is normally my favorite month out here in LA because it is almost perfect. It gets a little chilly at nights, maybe in the 50s, high 40s potentially. But during the day, it's a cool 68, 70, 75 even. And you really can't beat it. When you look up and you're just experiencing perfect weather, it really just truly changes your brain psychologically, and it just makes you have a better day overall. I know I've heard a stat where people in Seattle feel a little bit more gloomy, and you obviously get that. There is seasonal depression or seasonal mood swings that you might have when you experience more overcast days, rainy days, cloudy days. I think Seattle is one of the more anxiety-filled cities, and that is primarily due to the fact that it's raining there almost all year round. Well, I don't know about all year round, but I was there once in July. I've been there a few times, but when I was there in July, it rained the entire week I was there, which is not for me. California, Los Angeles, it's always going to be nice and sunny out here most of the time. So warm weather climate is obviously a big reason why a lot of people will flock down here. Another reason is the rich cultural diversity. Guys, Los Angeles is one of the most culturally diverse areas in the entire country. No matter where you go, no matter where you're from, you will find a place you fit in. There are towns for every single ethnic group. You have Filipino town, Chinatown, Japan town over in Sawtell on the west side, Little Bangladesh. There is everything. If you think you're out of place, maybe in a different state or a different country, you certainly won't be in LA. LA is just a melting pot of all cultures. There's just an unreal amount of amazing food in every single ethnic group too. I enjoy it all too. I don't discriminate on any types of food. And truly, Los Angeles is just one of the most culturally diverse cities in the world, as well as religions, nationalities, and it's reflected in the arts, the food, the festivals that just create a vibrant and cosmopolitan atmosphere, like I've been saying. But next on, we have the extensive entertainment options, and truly Los Angeles is home to some of the world's most famous theme parks: Disneyland, Universal Studios, Hollywood, of course. I used to go to Universal all the time when I was a kid. City Walk is just a great place to hang out. Lots of nice restaurants over there. Well, as nice restaurants, you mean like Bubba Gump's and restaurants such as like that, franchises in City Walk. It's a great place to take the kids, the family, the bright lights. It makes you feel like you're in Times Square in a way. And they have the theme park, of course, Universal Studios, that is one of a kind in the entire country. It's where they film a lot of the best movies. Your favorite movies are being filmed at Universal Studios as well. And of course, Disneyland. People will venture out to Disneyland from all over. Disneyland out here, Disney World in Florida. And we also have Six Flags Magic Mountain up in the Santa Clarita area, still considered the Los Angeles County. If you guys are interested in Santa Clarita, there are a lot of new construction homes being purchased out there as well that I've helped clients buy and sell. And they're at a lower price point, so that's why I know a lot of people want to move out to Santa Clarita as well. LA is just so big. Also, number 4 for the pros, strong economy and job market. Los Angeles is one of the largest economies in the world and is home to many major companies. Of course, we have the Silicon Beach down by the South Bay. We also have many entertainment and technology industries, obviously. The city just has a strong job market and the opportunities are endless. This is the land of opportunity, the city of opportunity, La La Land. A lot of people come down here for jobs, specific job opportunities. A lot of people in the tech industry over on the west side too. A lot of young adults moving out to the west side, not only for that young adult atmosphere, the life that they'll be living with a bunch of people their own age, but also because the job market is very strong out there and out here. The average salary is a little bit higher in Los Angeles than it would be, say, in Alabama, Colorado even. A lot of other states out there that you might be trying to find a job. But I mean, weather, good jobs, how could you beat that, honestly? I mean, number 5 for the pros is the world-renowned museums. I mean, we have some of the best museums. Every street, it seems, if you're driving around in the heart of the city, you'll see a different museum or concert venue. I mean, I could go on and name a list of 30 different museums and concerts, but you can just Google that real quick. You can look them up. Obviously, the Getty Center, the LACMA, the Los Angeles County Art Museum, or Museum of Art, and all the theater districts, of course, the Chinese theater, all of the classics, the basics, LA. If you're an artsy person, if you like shows, if you like events, if you like going out and doing, if that's your scene, LA is definitely the place for you. I'm pretty sure in most other cities, there's maybe 1 or 2 venues where you can see things like that, but out here in every single city, there is usually an event center. I've been to many different bars where you wouldn't even realize there are concerts going on in those bars, and weekly, even daily concerts in many small pubs, many small venues, and just, you'd be surprised how many different areas have these kinds of either museums, venues, concerts, etc. Just the whole shebang out here in LA. But now, I've talked about the pros for a little too long. Obviously, LA is great, and I would convince everyone to learn more about LA because a lot of what the news is telling you is not that true. I mean, a lot of people you'll meet out in LA will tell you as it is, will tell you based on their own experiences, not based on what you're looking on social media and seeing a couple of bad things. Obviously, I'm not going to talk about how the narratives can be controlled from the news specifically, but let's talk about some of the bad of LA, the cons. First one being high cost of living. Now, LA, obviously, since it's nice, with nice things come expensive costs. Food is a little more expensive, so is housing, so is rent, transportation. Everything is going to be a little more costly. Gas, healthcare. If you have a starting job at $40,000 to $50,000 per year, it may be pretty difficult to pay your rent, it may be difficult to pay expenses as well as save up and then have a 5 to 10 year plan on if you're going to try to buy a house, if you're going to try to provide for your family, have kids, and just move forward in life will be difficult. But the good thing is, I can take a spin on these cons and make it a good thing as well. The good thing is the opportunities. Number 5 on the pros were opportunities. So obviously, with more expenses will come a more difficult life to live, but the opportunities are endless. So many people out here, you can learn from everyone and put a spin on those cons. If you're ever feeling down because of a certain situation, you can always figure out a way out of it. Con number 2, traffic congestion. I mean, traffic is it's no secret that traffic is one of the major problems in Los Angeles. That's because there are so many people, 20 million people in Los Angeles, 10 to 20 million people. I mean, it's growing constantly all the time. There's going to be traffic. You just have to figure out what you can. The good thing is in 2023, you can listen to a podcast, put a podcast in your car, in your ears, and 10 years ago, this wasn't even a thing. I wish it was. There was usually only music that you could really have on the radio, have ingrained in your head. But now you can just keep on learning from a different podcast every commute. If your commute's an hour, hour and a half, or whatever it may be in the city, it may take 30 minutes to go 3 miles sometimes, which can be tough. But like I said, I'm going to try to put a positive spin on all these cons because with traffic can come good outcomes. You can learn more. You can have that quiet time. You can maybe meditate. When I used to have my long commutes from when I was working in Brentwood solely in a corporate job, living in the Valley, I would commute an hour and a half. And what I would do, aside from podcasts, obviously, I would learn and listen from a variety of podcasts. I would also do affirmations, talk to yourself, meditate a little bit without closing your eyes on the road, obviously. You can also talk to people, have conversations, just try to work on some aspect of your life, learn a new skill, listen to audiobooks, learn something about yourself, or just talk to yourself. Have those affirmations that maybe in 2-3 years, you don't want to be driving in this traffic, having this commute. So tell yourself where you're going to be in those 2-3 years. Manifest the life of your dreams. Have a positive spin on these cons, like I said, and the opportunities will be endless for you. I mean, I did this for myself as well about 5 years ago, and now I'm feeling pretty good. I have a good real estate team out here in Los Angeles. Like I said, if you're thinking about buying or selling or knowing anyone that's looking to buy or sell, reach out to me down below. But we're going to keep on talking about the downsides of LA. So next up, we have air pollution. Now, obviously, air pollution, that's no secret either. With traffic, with the atmosphere, with the gas going up in the air, you're going to have air pollution's not that great. Quality's not that great. Probably you should not drink the tap water out here. That's another issue. But with the air pollution, honestly, a lot more people in LA are more health conscious. They understand that they might have to worry about their health a little bit more, which is obviously a good thing. There's a lot more people in Los Angeles than New York going on runs every day. You're going to go around the city and always see people jogging, always see people trying to be healthy. There's a juice stand everywhere on every corner that is usually pretty crowded, pretty packed. So with poor air quality, maybe you think about another aspect of your life and try to improve your health overall, because that's just something you might not be able to avoid, even though it's not as bad as people make it seem on the news. The air quality isn't terrible. It's maybe a little worse than other places, but it's not going to kill you. Number 4 is the crowded urban sprawl. So Los Angeles, the greater LA area, the areas where I help people buy, sell, and invest it's a vast space. It's all the way from Marina del Rey, Santa Monica, Venice, all the way out to, I've used to go on showings out in Beaumont. I've been very far. I've been on long commutes just showing people homes out here. LA is a sprawling city with a large and growing population. It can lead to overcrowding, obviously traffic situation, longer commutes coming from maybe the Inland Empire, but you got to work on the west side, so the commute will be even longer if you have to take the 10 freeway or even the 405. Let's say you're living in Long Beach, but you got to work on the west side. It's just a big city, guys. There's no avoiding that it's huge. It is pretty much its own country in itself. Like I said, it's very culturally diverse. You have all these different areas that you can pretty much have a completely different lifestyle. You can live in the Valley for a couple of years. You can live on the West Side a couple of years. Maybe live in the South Bay for a couple of years. Just specific areas in LA where you're going to get different perspectives. You can always move around. The city is just huge. It is large. The good thing about it being large is that you're not going to get bored. You can always do something different. You can always have different experiences, see different things, go to different restaurants, meet different people every single day for the rest of your life without living the same day over and over, which I know a lot of people in smaller cities that have smaller jobs, smaller community around them, might just feel mundane, might just feel a little tedious doing the same thing over and over, where in LA, you really can just live a different lifestyle and have that vision for your future of becoming a more well-rounded person by living a bunch of different experiences. So the 5th con is the earthquakes and wildfires. A lot of people have this question. They always reach out to me and ask, hey, Darren, I want to move to LA. It seems like such a great area, but aren't there a lot of earthquakes and fires all the time? Because that's what the news is telling me, and that's what the news is telling people, that there are a lot of earthquakes and fires all the time. But that is just simply not true. There was one earthquake a few weeks back that did wake up some people. I didn't wake up. I guess I'm a heavy sleeper. It was like a 4.2 earthquake on the west side. But aside from that, it's usually once a year that you're going to hear about an earthquake that maybe woke people. And sure, there might be a bigger earthquake down the road, but is that really going to be the reason that sways you from living the life that you want to live in Los Angeles? Sure, if that's the reason, by all means, move to New York, have your cold winters, have your bustling lifestyle like that. Sure, if New York is your city, then yeah. But if LA is your city and you want to move to LA and earthquakes are the thing swaying you, then you just have to get over that mindset and just consume a little bit more healthy content. Consume things that aren't just going to negatively affect your brain cells and convince you otherwise of something that is just almost completely harmless. The last giant earthquake that really affected cities, towns, killed many people out here was about 28 years ago, about 30 years ago now. So eventually there might be another one, but it's not something that's going to happen and affect your life completely every year. As far as wildfires, sure, when I was a kid growing up in the valley, there were fires every now and then. That would cancel school. And for me, that was a great thing. I was excited. I was like, okay, there's smoke in the air. It's not the greatest quality. Can't have recess today. That was the worst thing that would happen. Now, it doesn't really happen in the city. The city, you're not going to have really many wildfires. Over in the hills in Malibu, maybe occasionally there'll be a fire that goes on that, there was that big one in Malibu that burned a lot of houses, which was tragic, a big tragedy that happened out here. But I mean, if that's a concern of yours, you don't have to live in the hills. That can happen as well. There are dumb people out there that may start fires, or just the winds and the environment starting fires as well is a very big possibility. But you can just live in the flatlands, the flat part of the city. Not everything is up in the mountains out here. You can easily avoid the fires also if that is a big concern of yours. But that was pretty much everything, guys, of what I wanted to touch on. 5 pros and 5 cons of living in Los Angeles here in 2023, and with a positive spin to all of the cons out here. If you have any questions at all, reach out to me down below. My information is in the description. I'm going to be posting these videos every week. I'm going to be posting a sit-down video and videos of me showing you what some of the homes can look like out here. And if you want me to touch on a specific area, I will make a video on that as well. I do sell a lot of new construction homes in the area. So if you're looking for something new and want to know how much that will cost you in a specific city, my team and I are always happy to help. Like and subscribe as well. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.